First, I'll start with my high school experience. I went to a high school named University City High School. It consisted of about 3,000 kids in total, and it was very multicultural. To summarize my high school career in short, I was involved in clubs like Key Club, CSF, which stands for California Scholarship Federation, and Link Crew, ASB, which stands for Associated Student Body. And I took classes that were advanced or AP, and I ended up with a GPA of about 4.3. First, I'll describe each group that I was involved in high school in more detail and why I chose to be in those clubs. Key Club, which is the first group that I mentioned, is the oldest and largest organization in high schools. For Key Club, we had a group meeting once a week, and a certain amount of community service hours were required to stay as a member every semester. I was a member all 4 years, and we helped with walks, like for breast cancer or for autism, and we served at the homeless shelters, and it was really great. It was a great experience to really serve and help your community with others, with your friends and your school members, and it attracted me right away because it was the largest organization and everyone was involved in it, and the group was so huge. And since my participation in these clubs were for all 4 years, it tells colleges that I was really motivated and I participated and involved in schools. CSF stands for California Scholarship Federation. It's an organization that focuses on leadership, community service, and academic scholarship. We had a group meeting once a week, and a certain amount of points, depending on what grades you got, were required to stay as a member every semester. For example, A was worth 3 points, B 1 point, C and 0 points, and the grade of D and F disqualified you from being a member. A certain amount of community service hours were required as well. I was a member all 4 years in CSF, and I was really interested in this club because it gave lifetime scholarships to seniors going on to college, and it really motivated me to get good grades to stay in this club. A lot of time for the meetings and community service hours were dedicated in this club, and I ended up receiving a CSF scholarship, which 3 seniors get chosen by the CSF Board of Officers. My involvement in CSF and acceptance of the scholarship showed dedication, motivation, and care for my academic grades to colleges. Link Crew is like a mentor-mentee program where the upperclassmen help the underclassmen adjust to a new environment. I wanted to be in Link Crew my senior year because I knew how scary it was to adjust to a whole different environment because I experienced a huge change when I was 8 years old from Korea to San Diego. In Link Crew, we, the upperclassmen, were assigned to help certain underclassmen that signed up and show them where their classes are and if they were lost, and answered any questions that they had. This club was a really good way to build relationships with the underclassmen, and I really enjoyed being in this club. My membership in this club showed colleges that I care about my schoolmates and I like helping others. ASB stands for Associated Student Body, and it is a student organization that where a group of elected students, about 20 to 30, help the school make decisions. From organizing pep rallies to dances to solving problems students have to purchasing products that the school needs. I joined ASB my junior year as a junior vice president and graduated as an ASB president. It was an experience with the election, speech, and voting. Being an ASB was a real commitment, especially as an ASB president. There were so many things to attend and so much responsibilities to hold. First, there was a meeting with the administration once a week to exchange information on what the students wanted and what the administration wanted. It was a meeting for me to speak to, for the other students, to the administration. Second, there was a meeting once a month with all the ASB presidents in the San Diego district and with the district supervisors to share what was going on in each other's school and exchange ideas to improve our school. Then there was a meeting once a week with the ASB with me leading the meeting. It was a meeting for me and others to know what each one of us were doing and to share what needs to be done. Although it was a lot of commitment, responsibility, and work, it was really an amazing experience, and I was really honored to be a representative of my high school. From my experience in ASB, my leadership was strengthened, and this reflects to colleges as well. As you can see from the clubs I was a member of, they might not sound too interesting for some of you, but I joined them in my ambitious thoughts that these clubs were good for me in the future applying to colleges, and it was a very worthwhile experience because it taught me a lot of things and shaped me in a lot of different ways. However, as a high school graduate, I also learned that it's not about joining the clubs that you think look good on your college applications, but being active in clubs that you're really passionate about and showing leadership, responsibility, and motivation involvement, as well as your individual self. For example, other possible clubs that may interest different people can be in the genre of sports, like soccer, tennis, surfing, bowling, etc. Also, there are other clubs involving favorite TV shows, books, games, music, and many more. Now, you may wonder how colleges can look at that positively, but if you're passionate about something, you can always think of making positive contributions, like having a concert fundraiser for a charity. Any clubs will look good as long as you show your passion, positive outcomes, and active involvement in that club. And if the school doesn't have a club that you want to join, you can always make your own club and invite people to join them. Do something to get involved and do something that you like, you want to do to reflect and express your own individual self. Volunteering is also important as well. I know most people volunteer because it looked good on their college applications, and it's true. Who doesn't like people that want to help others out? But volunteering can be also fun when you volunteer for something that you're really interested in and when you volunteer with lots of fun people. For example, I volunteered at homeless shelters, children's hospital, marathons, walks for causes, Korean festivals, vacation Bible schools, Arizona and Mexico missions, and had about over 400 hours of community service hour at the end of my senior year. It's really fun and exciting to serve with the people that you like and to know that you're making a good difference in whatever you're doing. Volunteering is also another opportunity to show colleges what you're interested in through and what kinds of activities that you volunteer in, and to show if you're willing to make positive contributions to the community and later in the society in the future. Extracurricular activities like being involved in school and staying committed to whatever you decide to be involved in is very important. The qualities that colleges really look for are individuality, leadership, and involvement, dedication, and motivation, with the required set amount of GPA and SAT scores, depending on different colleges. So it is very important to find a group that you're really interested in and to really make a difference in that group. Don't just waste your time stressing over classes and grades, but build your character, leadership, and make a positive contributions to the society.